Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined today by Dave Koken and Marco D'Angelo. I'm excited to start the show off with one of these games because this is a game I really like. Chargers lose to the Broncos. Pittsburgh loses to the Broncos. And all of a sudden, my season win total over 7 is still very alive, so I'm pretty happy. All seriousness aside.
All seriousness aside, good. I like that approach.
Exactly. No, Big Ben did not play his best game against the Broncos. Neither did Phillip Rivers. But Phillip looked much better last week. Obviously, no Melvin Gordon for the Chargers, but that's the direction I'm leaning towards here. But I'll start with Mr. Steelers himself. Marco D'Angelo knows his team better than anyone else.
Well, 7-3 going with it against the Steelers this year, and I got one last week that I didn't deserve. I had Denver, and Denver shouldn't have won that game.
That turnover at the end of the game, oh boy.
Well, 4 turnovers. You turn the football over 4 times, and the Steelers, for whatever reason, when they play on the road and are playing a sub-500 team, it's been Tomlin's, ever since he's been at Pittsburgh, he struggles whenever they play teams with losing records. Now, granted, for Pittsburgh, and the reason I was on Denver is the spot. The Steelers were playing back-to-back weeks on the road. They were coming off that big come-from-behind revenge game. Remember, Jacksonville had beat them in the playoffs last year, actually beat them twice last year, knocked them out of the playoffs. And I think Pittsburgh, was looking to that Jacksonville game. They fell behind 16-0, had to use a lot of energy to come back and win that in the last second the way they did. Going to Denver, I just thought it was the right spot. But they put up 527 yards of offense last week. Right now, everybody talks about, how good the Saints offense is, how good the Rams and Kansas City. Steelers offense is right there right now. You got Antonio Brown and Juju Schuster. We talked about it yesterday, Dave, in studio. This might be the best pass duo, in the league right now.
Well, here's the other side of it. And this isn't going to be a play for me. I think it's a tough game. But aside from the fact that the Chargers have probably already missed a field goal, even though the game hasn't started yet, Pittsburgh's got a few things going against it right now. I think James Conner is starting to wear down, and that does change the offense. The Chargers basically had a week off last week. I mean, I know they fell behind early against the Cardinals, but that game was over by halftime, and they didn't extend themselves, to me, coming out of the altitude in a real tough game. I think the scheduling favors the Chargers here a little bit, so. On the numbers, I think it's close, but scheduling dynamics, I'd give the Chargers a little bit of an edge. I think this is going to be a real good game.
Marco, my only concern with taking the Chargers this week is we all know Steelers, great primetime team. Not to mention Steelers off of a loss also is a good bet. Any of your thoughts on those two things?
Yeah, the other thing, of course, Pittsburgh always does bounce back at home, and they're such a different team in Heinz Field. They average about 7 points a game more playing at home than they do on the road. And the Chargers, everybody's talking about their defense, and, they're one of the top teams in points scored against. But look at who they've played in this stretch. They've played Oakland, who is absolutely dismal. They played Cleveland, that was struggling. That's before they got rid of Haley and everybody. Tennessee's not an explosive offense. Seattle took it to them.
They should have lost the Tennessee game.
They should have lost the Tennessee game over in London. They played Oakland a second time, and then they played Denver and Arizona. Arizona's just forget about. They're a horrible team. So everybody's talking about that, how good the Charger defense is playing. This is going to be the best defense that they've played in about 8 weeks, the best offense. Let's see what they do against the Steelers, because right now the Steeler offense, the only thing stopping the Steeler offense right now is when they shoot themselves in the foot. And Ben's different at home. He doesn't turn it over the way he does on the road.
You've talked me into it.
There we go.
No, actually, he hasn't. But I'm not going to play the Chargers either. No, I think it's a 3 or 4 point game. I think this is going to be right to the wire.
I think you're going to see some scoring in this one, and now I'll go with the home side.
This video is sponsored by uwager.eu. Get a 50% sign-up bonus when using promo code WT50 when signing up. This offer is exclusive to WagerTalk. Make sure you guys use the link to get the sign-up bonus.